Welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. I'm the Doc, John Macaroon. Daily Doc, DOC from the 313, bringing you what you love, all the info, all the news about the Detroit Lions. Got it confirmed today. The Lions interns are definitely checking out at Detroit Podcast, as should you on the crawl there at Detroit Podcast. You got to know, you got to peek. You can't miss out on what the Doc is saying. What could I say? Could I say something nice? Not nice? Everybody's peeking in to what the Doc is saying about the Detroit Lions. That's how I like it. Now, you have to always know that this is an impulsive show. This is something that is not given a whole heck of a lot of thought. It's share what I know, talk about the Detroit Lions, and get after it. Be entertaining. But I'm not going to disrespect interns. Come on. Hopefully they didn't sit through the whole 2 hours to see if I was going to say something. My goodness, I'm nice. But I did learn their names. It is the power of three. I truly believe it. You have to say something 3 times and it sticks in your brain. I do know the interns' names now. It's the power of 3. That's the secret. That's the rule. That's right, Just a Fan. Come rock with Doc. Talking about the Detroit Lions practice. It was indoors. Only a handful of people saw it. I was one of them. I'm one of the handful of people that has attended, I believe this year and many years, almost all of the Detroit Lions training camp practices. I'm not sleeping at home. I'm not choosing not to attend. I've been to, I want to say almost 99.9% of the training camp practices since I was credentialed in training camp. They won't give me a break. I haven't officially asked yet for the second credential. Officially, other than in the early stages when you're allowed to apply. But so far, so good. My reporting has been good. You guys have been receiving it well. Lots to get into. But yeah, man, I apologize. I feel like the interns will give the Lions a great review. We love covering the team. We love the work that we did. Cons, why did you make us follow his podcast? Oh, my God. Why did you make us follow his Twitter account? Could we have gotten anybody else's? I've looked. I don't think I've looked closely. Every year, one year I did see, I'm like, oh, my gosh, the intern followed me. But if you ask him, Doc is nice. John's a nice person. But he won't stand behind the line. He won't stop filming. Today, I was so into it. And usually there's a horn. Or I missed a horn. I think they kept practicing through. So 3 minutes in, I'm just filming. I'm like, this is fun. No work, full energy. Filming Tesla, filming golf, back and forth, trying to take photos, looking at who was there. I think some fantasy people were there. Trying to find if Kay Adams was on the field. I was scouting for Kay Adams, and all of a sudden, the intern comes up and is like, hey, the filming period's over. I'm like, where was the horn? I'm like, oh, shoot. It was like maybe 3 minutes past. I don't think I shot anything or took any footage that was usable beyond what I wanted. Why? Please, can we get off the beat of following Doc's Twitter? Like I said, for those that don't know, the thesis is simple. If I think it, I tweet it. There's really no rules to it. No rhyme or reason to it. I'm not giving it much thought. That's the thesis. Just have fun with it and see what happens. And so far, so good. Lots to get into. Very little room for appetizers today. But I'll take some questions. Take some questions about the Detroit Lions. We're going to talk about the bad news that started the day. I'd already known. I knew on Sunday evening what happened. That's why the second Dan Campbell said it, my story was out. It was pre-written. Late Sunday night. It's unfortunate. Bad injury luck for a draft pick. And plus, Dan doesn't fib. When he said it's going to be a minute, it indicated a severe long-term situation. It stinks. But does that mean Zadarius Smith is back? You never know. You never know what that means. Kay Adams did work. Kay Adams asked Brad Holmes about trading for Trey Hendrickson. Great questions. I mean, she should have just came out and said it. She kind of hinted around it. I like it. She asked him about F them picks. Made a banner. Ask any questions. All the super chats get in front of the line. All right. 5 minutes. We get to the steak. Hey, Doc, straight to the steak, will you? U of M dad. That's great news. Yep. Yep, absolutely. It's one of those deals where any time missed from a player is unfortunate. Dan Campbell started the day with the news that Ahmed Hassanin suffered a pec injury and he's out for the foreseeable future. When he returns, Dan Campbell would not commit. I asked him both questions. I said, "Hey Dan, when do you think that Ahmed Hassanin has a chance to come back this year?" He said, "That's a good question." Now, he didn't rule it out, so there's always a good chance. So you just have to hope. But any development missed, it's unfortunate, but the train keeps moving. You just hope that the 6th-round pick gets after it, does what he needs to do, and whenever he does return, you get after it. But yeah, when you watch it, you saw right away it looked severe. But luckily, Dan didn't say season ender. CJ Gardner-Johnson has been able to return. So you just go, all right, when he does come back, you know that he's going to attack the rehab with the full veracity that he needs to, and he's going to come back stronger than ever. But it just stinks because he had a learning curve to get to. Now he's behind. He's going to be behind Nate Lynn, Al-Quadin Muhammad. He's got a longer and taller hill to climb. That's just the way it is. Dan Campbell right away addressed the media and he said, look, Ahmed Hassanin suffered a pectoral injury and he's going to be out a while. And for the Detroit Lions 6th-rounder, it's just a setback. And for the Detroit Lions, it's just one of those deals where it's another injury, but that play was a fluke play. It's tangled up and boom, he got blocked. It was a physical, nasty block. The more you watch it, you're just like, oh my goodness. It's a tough sport, man. You got to engage with these big, tall offensive linemen, and they're not messing around. They're not, they take their job just as seriously as Ahmed Hassanin does. Now, it's going to be one of those deals where you just hope that it's not debilitating for his career and doesn't reoccur. But, the Lions have done a great job in their work in getting their players rehab. But it's unfortunate. When is the injury curse going to stop for the Detroit Lions? You wanted Ahmed Hassanin to experience the full training camp. He was starting to flash on special teams, learning, showcasing his power, showcasing his grit mentality. Now he's got to get after it. Now he has to get after it and come back. But the train keeps moving. There's others behind him looking for their opportunities. Al-Quadin Muhammad, Nate Lynn, Keith Cooper, Isaac Ukwu. Now, the question marks remain. Does that spurn, when you lose a 6th-round draft pick, does that make Brad Holmes listen to Kay Adams and get after it? I don't know. Does that mean Darius Smith is back in the mix? I don't know. I think that there's some depth there that they believe and they trust in. The film indicates that some of their defensive ends have done a good job. They're bringing pressure from the edge as well, from the Sam linebacker spot. What do you guys think? What's the impact of the Hassanin injury in your mind? Hopefully, the sooner the better in his return, the better it is for his career. It's just unfortunate because all you think about is, man, all we're trying to do is avoid these significant injuries. And he's out for the foreseeable future. But Dan Campbell did not state officially if it was a season ender. But one of those days, got to heal up. That's the job. Every single day, you rehab, get after it, come back stronger, and hopefully there's a portion of the rookie season that he can still salvage. But it just sets him behind in his rookie year. But Dan Campbell has said it to a lot of players. There's very few players that leave the game unscathed. They're always going to deal with something. You just hope that it's sooner it just gets out of the way, and that's it for the injuries this year for Ahmed Hassanin. Man, it's just unfortunate. Who do you guys think is going to step up behind Marcus Davenport? Who do you trust behind Davenport? I think Al-Quadin Muhammad and Nate Lynn have showcased that they're two guys that are getting after it. Keith Cooper as well. Josh Pascal will return. So there are options for the Detroit Lions in that defensive line room. So Get after it, K. Hell yeah. DLFPIG just posted that he doesn't need surgery. That's a bonus. We shall see. Check out these stats. Yeah, absolutely, Xavier. Al-Quddin Muhammad has a nice pressure rate. So does Nate Lynn. So it'll be one of those deals where next man up mentality. But it just stinks because that's just not what you want for draft picks. Your 2 draft picks are already out. 3 at the moment. Miles Frazier, Ahmed Hassanin, and Dan Jackson. 3 draft picks. Not going through the full training camp. Man, it's just something's up. Dan Skipper said it. Now I got to say it. Whoever's got the voodoo doll, take the pin out. Take the pin out, please. We've had enough. We've tapped out. We've had enough. Drink of choice today, Perrier. Sparkling water. What do you guys think? I asked Vito and Christian on the round table. Are they comfortable with the defensive? Are they comfortable with the defensive line depth? We explored it. 3 draft picks. 3. Imagine if they were there. The top 3, amazing. They're going to contribute. Do not play Tesla this weekend. He's earned his right to sit. Nobody that will even make a play has to play against the Texans. Just sit. Matt, you can't hate on sparkling water. I like it. Yuck, water doesn't need bubbles. Yes, it does. No Craig Reynolds, no Tesla, no Kyle Allen. Anybody that could even think about making a play will not be, hopefully, out there against the Texans. That's it. Bubble wrap city. U of M dad, that's right. Bubble wrap. That's the secret for this day. Bubble wrap. That's the word of the week. Nobody that's of consequence needs to play. Xavier's right. Getting hit by grown men is a different reality. I wouldn't have gotten up. That's the warrior mentality. I would have laid there, acted like I died. Man, pectoral issue. Those are not easy. You got to wait. You got to lift weights. Got to get after it. It's bad luck. It's just an injury. It's a football injury. And rake straw. It's just, you can't escape it. You can't escape it. Ahmed Hassanin out for the foreseeable future. Best of luck. Get after it. Come back stronger. I was there, indoor practice. I was excited. First and foremost, Kay Adams did not want to hang with the commoners. I don't think I saw her anywhere near the inside of the building. I don't know if anybody, maybe the intern saw that I tweeted, I put the eyeballs. I just wanted to say hi. I like your work. Come on my podcast. I don't think I saw her anywhere near. I didn't see an entourage. There was a lot of people there today. But luckily I was laser focused. I only talked to a couple people. But it was indoors. I liked that. It was one of the first times on a nice day the practice was indoors. So much easier to follow. Oh my goodness. Mentally less taxing. Oh my God. One field. So good. Oh my God. I can't tell you. And you guys tell me, do you guys follow I follow them. Do you guys follow the Twitter doctors? I read it, but I don't ingest it. You know what I mean? I passively scroll. I see Dr. Jimmy. I see Dr. Chow. I see them all. But it doesn't I just scroll and say, okay, I get the information. I don't know how much to take stock in it. I'm so busy that Dan Campbell and information comes to me pretty quickly anyway. Off the record. I'm like, that's fine. You can't find me on Twitter. It's easy. It scrolls on every show, all balls. At Detroit Podcast. Simple. Detroit Podcast. One of you guys, hit the comments. Link to it. Find it. Simple. It's the easiest find out there. It scrolls. If you ever miss it, hit any of these YouTubes, it's scrolling on the bottom. At Detroit Podcast. That's me. So we get to get indoors. It was great. Man, it was so refreshing to get after it. Yeah. Can never trust a doctor. Luckily, you guys trust me. Interns haven't blocked me yet. No intern of the Lions has blocked me yet. I said, I told them, I was like, don't follow that. This is nonsense. This is fun. No, I felt bad because they were anxiously thinking when I tweeted, I was tweeting about them. No, I'll just tell you. The interns did this. Why did they practice indoors? I probably was hot. And listen, man, they just played on Saturday. Let's use some common sense. I think that common sense would dictate that it's, taxing on the body to be outside, and indoors is a little bit more conducive for maybe recovery after a Saturday game, in my opinion. But I don't know. I didn't ask. I was just happy. It's a great vantage point. You get to be upstairs, watch. Then you're walking, and Chris Spielman's working out on the treadmill. It's awesome. All right. Yeah, the more likes you give, the faster I get to what happened today. Make sure you like and retweet and comment. Get after it. I was one of the first to actually report what happened from the observations because I got right to it. I was typing fast today. Yeah, no, I know. It wasn't that hot. That's what people were saying. Man, you, J-Rod, appreciate you. Like, share, subscribe, membership for the DOC, John Macaroon. Bring it to you every single day. A podcast every day. They were like, that dude didn't take a break from his own podcast? 7 days a week? Yes, it will stop. Probably Sunday, Monday. I'm not sure when. I think the official, you know what? Let's say Sunday's the game. Saturday's the game. Sunday's the recap. Monday, we got to do the preview for the roster. Tuesday is the roster breakdown. Maybe Wednesday of next week will be the last one for the dailies, and then we'll plan a time. So, Adam, thanks a lot. I appreciate you. What do you like about it? I always ask, what do you like? It's the daily inside analysis, the opinions, the mix, giving it to you straight. What do you like? I appreciate that. It means a lot. I'm the favorite podcaster of the Lions interns. I love that. That'll go to my head. I said to them, please, no, don't take that seriously. And I would never do that. I would never talk about someone, call them out. The Lions interns did this. But they did something today that I would say I could make a complaint. Maybe I'll formulate it in a different way. A more optimal leadership strategy. Matt, Doc, you need to come up with something funny to say to Booner and Jeff when they inevitably ask about the Lions trading for Hendrickson on their show this week. I know, right? No, we got to talk about it. Kay Adams is trying for us. I'm proud of her. She got after it. That's it. I think that's kind of where I formulated it. Just right to the point. It's real. It's me. No filter. Nobody is influencing me. I don't have to curtain myself. I don't have to couch what I say. What's in my head, I'm just going to say it. That's just the strategy, and I'll apologize. I'm more of the opinion it's better to apologize and ask permission. And so that's how I'm rolling. And so far for 15 years, that has done me well for the most part. I have fine-tuned the boundaries a little bit. But I blame Howard Stern. I blame Jim Rome. I blame Stoney. They've all gotten in my head and influenced how I spit out words. But I'm never going to change. Man, I appreciate that. That's nice to hear. Doc, you're straight. We know what you say kind of has, and it comes with direct knowledge and trustworthy information. All right. 20 minutes into what happened at practice. Not bad. Lions got after it, and they started with the stretching. You saw some of the periods as to what was going on. You saw Goff tossing it to Tesla and JMO and stretching and all that fun stuff. That was fun. That's right. I trust the doc. Mahdi, we needed you yesterday when I found out what happened. I need you to confirm it. That's okay. Inshallah, Ahmed comes back super healthy. Hope everything's great. All right, so then you get into the team periods, and it's all running plays early on. I'm going to go through and let me check the banners here. All right, and I'll go through some of these. First highlight of what took place was a nice, I'll just go through the sheet here. And you're going to love this. JMO was not scared to get physical. It was a run play to Jahmyr Gibbs first, then a couple runs right for David Montgomery. Nothing too crazy. Then Goff looked to his left, fired off a pass to Amon-Ra St. Brown, pass breakup, tight coverage by DJ Reed. That's the first period. And then the defense loved that. And you know how you know you're a good player? The Lions defense always talks smack to Amon-Ra when there's a pass breakup. That's how valuable he is to the Lions offense and how much the Lions defense respects him, because every time there's a pass that doesn't go his way, that they break up, they talk junk to him. Early in the period, I joked with another reporter. I said, what is going on with Rock Ya-Sin? Everybody feels the need to push on the guy. Today it was JMO. The Dolphins felt the need to talk trash. Oh, I don't know. The problem is, there's so many, and I always tell the PR guy, there's so many rules. I got to keep asking you about it because I keep forgetting them all. But now I think the statute of limitations over. Miami, when they made a play, they went out there and were like, Rock, man, that's some soft S. They made a play, and they called him out by his name. Rock, that's some soft S. And then JMO today was pushing on him. They were locked up in a blocking. JMO was blocking Rock on a run play, and I think they were just like, Rock didn't let go and disengage, so JMO pushed him. And I was like, whoa, everyone likes to push on Rock Ya-Sin. Good physicality. I liked it. I was like, all right. JMO don't mess around. Like, don't engage with JMO beyond when the play should be over. Don't mess with JMO. He's secretly strong. Rock Ya-Sin's like, dang, that's the fourth time in 2 weeks people are like messing with me. It's a tough job, man. Blocking is serious. Man, don't be worried. JMO is so lean, it makes me nervous when he gets physical. But he has always played that way and just bounces back up. Almost, though, today. Stay tuned. I saw the man crawling, almost had a heart attack. My heart did skip a beat. Man, luckily there was no fans today, because if people were tweeting live, Lions Twitter might have melted down for 6 whole minutes. Man. Second team comes in and Hendon Hooker's there. And I told you, Hendon Hooker was going to get more reps, and he did. Decent day, zipping the ball. It was okay. Like I said, running plays. Vaki, the keynote here, Vaki was with the twos over Craig Reynolds mostly. Now, on a run play, on early run right by Vaki, Al-Quadin Muhammad caught up and nearly chased him down. But Vaki's a power runner. We noted, Al-Quadin Muhammad has some sneaky speed. Now, pay attention. I actually today was able to, so much easier from a higher vantage point. I got to be like, listen, I'll write nicer things if you give me a perched view from Allen Park. Like, just put a crane and you can put me away from everybody. You don't have to deal with me. You don't have to tell me to move back. You don't got to tell me anything. Just give me a little bit of a higher view so I could see. Oh, my God. I was like, that was the fastest I ever wrote down the offensive line of my life. I was just like, boop, 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 boop. 68, 73, 60, 69, 58. Bam, bam, bam. Starting offensive line intact. That's the first unit. Second unit, starting from the left tackle. Now, I'm still getting confused with, the way I see it and then the way I document it, so I got to go back and forth. But 99.99% accurate. that 72 was the left tackle, 52 was the left guard, 65 second string center, 74 and 70. So your bookends on the tackle spot on the second unit was 72 and 70. That's who was there. And like I said, too, which is weird, is that I see things that are written that I thought were not supposed to be written. Like, there was something written today by a very established person about the interaction with the coach. Well, I think it's written, so I can say it. I thought the highlights was seeing Hank Fraley grab Manu and coach him up on a blocking technique. That was cool. I don't know if it's what you can't say. I don't know. There's too many rules. And there's too many reports. How are they legislating it all? But that was cool. You got to see Hank Fraley can still move those feet. He was definitely working with Manu. I think I probably just can't officially say what was said. But it was written. And I read everything too. I read every word and watch everything printed about the Lions. So again, 72, 52, 65, 74, 70. Bingo, baby. It's not bingo. It's the second string offensive line presented to you by the doc. That's right. All the fans of Detroit, Mahdi, cheering and praying for Ahmed. We believe in God, and we thank God for all his planning. For Ahmed, always we have faith, and they know my son, how well he'll do to get his recovery. Absolutely. Absolutely. I got to watch football. I am hyped up. First and foremost, I can't tell you how much I love podcasting. And now that I'm doing it live with some level of interaction and I'm comfortable with it, this gives me energy. And then I got fear that I say something like, oh my God, I don't want to have to apologize to the interns. I'm shocked that they would say, they should say, like, don't watch that. That is so far from the norm of what any of these guys are doing. Don't watch that. Because I'm the only one that can do it. I'm the only one without the shackles of constrictions. I'm the boss. So I think you got the second string offensive line. Now, there's a complaint, an official complaint about the offensive lines today. We'll get to them. There's a complaint. There's a complaint from the doc. So the third unit, I have to humbly apologize. That was when it was just became social hour for a minute. And I started talking to another reporter about something. Oh, about the Tesla question I asked and just how much the TV stations were acknowledging, like, oh my God, Tesla has covered a lot. And I was like, yeah, and I apologized. I said to the reporter, I said, if you had told me, I wouldn't have asked another Tesla question, but it was warranted. And a lot of you messaged me and said, hey, ask about Tesla. So I missed, most likely, whatever was going on with the third unit. I saw 2 plays. And I think there's maybe 1 or 2 more I missed. It was a run to Craig Reynolds and a low toss that Jackson Meeks caught and was delivered by Kyle Allen. And metaphorically, too, the third string, like, it's just, you have to watch it, but it's not fun. A lot more mistakes, a lot more fundamental errors, a lot more botches. You're just like, oh God. And I'm like an angry kind of coach. Be like, oh, that's an ugly block. Oh, that's ugly. That's ugly technique. That's gonna get you cut. No, Steve, it's the glare off the forehead. I am not sweating, actually. I'm very comfortable. That's right. This gives me energy. Hopefully it gives you can see how much I love doing this through the camera. Even though I know people are watching me, that I don't want watching me. Doc's energy is finishing out my day after 12 hours. It's almost nighty-night. Doc is on fire. That's right. You guys give me energy. Near 400 people. Smash the like button. And like I said, I'm mild. I'm a mild buffalo sauce. A little bit of pepper. But oh my God, they got to follow my Twitter? Oh God. They're like, that guy posts nonstop day and night. I wonder what they thought of the eyeballs about Kay Adams. I wanted to meet her. I wanted to invite her on the podcast and then see if she'd, have a drink with me. Let's have a drink, Kay Adams. I would have had to get permission from the wife, but I think she would have let me have a drink with Kay Adams. But she was nowhere near. I was looking for the glasses, the entourage. She was nowhere near the common folk. You at least, maybe that's what it was. They're like, Kay Adams is here. Clear everything. She don't want nobody around. She don't want the doc 5,000 feet from her. I think I probably, if she was outdoors, I was 300 yards from Kay Adams. I don't know, Steve. That's what I'm saying. I wanted to interview her. She likes my stuff. She reads it. I know that. So, and then now get your bingo cards ready. Here is the third string offensive line unit. You guys are trying to derail this. What kind of questions you guys are asking? You guys are fun in the chat. The left tackle was 59. The left guard was 77. The center was 62. Right guard 63, and the right tackle 78. Now, not every play. I mean, there's some rotations here and there, but those are the main ones. I saw them, and I said, today you must document. You got to be good. You got to bring it to the people. All right, let's get to the first takeaway. They were not picking up the blitz the way in which they needed to. Graham Glasgow, Mahogany, and Tate. The stunts, the power rushes, the delays. Look at you, Kelvin. We see what you're doing. Slick. He brought pressure. Nowatzki had a sack. Grant Stewart had a sack. Jack Campbell had 2 sacks. So, no, we are not trading Jack Campbell for Trey Hendrickson. Stop. Full stop. We are only going to give up picks. No players, no Branch, no whoever was. I was getting text messages from my nephew. Are we trading Jack Campbell for Trey? I'm like, I don't know who said that, who speculated that, which social media manager felt the need to troll and get that. That is not happening. You don't create a hole to get another player. You would create a hole at linebacker. No, we will only trade from the official department of DSP and the Lone Wolves podcast. You're only trading picks for Trey Hendrickson. That's it. Period. And a lot of them. I don't care. A lot of them. All right, real fast diversion. I want to get your opinion on the male cheerleader for the Vikings. Secret hustler, man. Now, I don't know. I saw the hubbub. A lot of things I passively think because I'll scroll by it because I know if I thought about it, the thought that I would have would be inappropriate. So the first thought I'm just going to have is he's slick. Hanging out with ladies is not a bad idea. If I was 6 foot, I'd flip. I would have been a Michigan State cheerleader and flipped some ladies and tried to catch them. It's fun. It can't be not fun. You just got to make sure you catch the lady. Because I've seen some botches where they drop the lady. You get distracted for a minute. Be like, Doc doesn't look like he's focusing right now. Oh, shoot. She just fell right through his arms. Flag on the play. All right, now we get to 7-on-7s. And 7-on-7 is, you know what? Let me I'll get into more detail. Basically, there were a lot of sacks, a lot of pressures that would have been given up by the Lions if there was full hitting. They were blitzing. Jack Campbell recorded 2 sacks today. The offensive line was struggling with the blitz pickup. It was not good. It's a good sign for the defense. Good sign for the defense. Not good day for the offensive line. Overall, in regards to blitz pickup across all 3 units. Now, 7-on-7 starts off with a pass to J-Mo with Terry Arnold and Yasin in coverage. Nothing serious. Goff tried to launch one to Tim Patrick deep, but it was overthrown with Branch and DJ Reed in coverage. Branch over the top quickly identified and everything needed to get after it. A short completion to J-Mo. Now, Terry Arnold Might have had one on film that he's going to get talked to on film. I think he misread or did something where he let 40, misread a responsibility and let 40 get open. But quickly, Derek Barnes recovered and had a pass breakup. If 40 would have had the reception, the fullback / tight end, I think the whole defense was going to start laughing at Terrion because he never gets targeted and got bailed out by a teammate. So 6-0-55 a favor. Because I think the whole sideline, also too, I think liked making fun of each other too. I think the whole sideline was going to make fun of Terrion for letting 40 get after it. Absolutely. It's Horton. And yeah, if you guys have, it's a simple thing to do. I could pull it up, but what you do is you go to Detroit Lions roster and you hit the number tab and it goes right in order. I do that sometimes when players are walking off the field. I'm like, there's a cornerback I've never heard of that made a play today. And I'm like, I'm supposed to know this guy's name, George Allen, Allen George. I'm like, Jesus, I never saw the signing, or it must have been mixed in 2 waivers and 2 claims and 2 injuries. And I didn't like George Allen. I'm like, huh? If you want to indulge the chat, what do you think of the male cheerleaders? Any comments are welcome, but might not make it on air. All super chats make it on air for the world to see. Smash that like button. Hopefully you're liking the recap so far. Another pass to J-Mo in the middle, 21 in coverage. Nice. And then 14 got a pass outright. It was 21 in coverage. So 21 got picked down a little bit, but it was nothing serious. Second string, the good and the bad of Hendon Hooker. Zips it to 19, 24 is in coverage. It was a good pass, and 19 made a play. It was all. Grant Stewart had a sack on the second unit. Trevor Nowaski had a sack on the third unit. They were just getting, all 3 just had a little bit of trouble with the pressure. Now, there were still moments they opened gaps. Oh, my God. Tate Ratledge, they were like, all right, this is Tate day. Tate, open the whole gap. And he was like, okay. Yeah, he's going to open up so many holes for that running game. Oh, my God. But what was glaring was how many times the blitzes got home from the linebackers. But, yeah, when those early runs that I said to 0 and to 5, they were 3-4 yards. Yeah, first string, two sacks for Jack Campbell. I just said the first one. Did I? No. It's coming up. I teased it. The first one's coming up right after the recap of 7-on-7. That's why you guys follow the doc. The doc will talk his talk and then stand there. And if anybody wants to rebut, I stand there. I'm not scared. Some people are scared and hide in their studio. Or they come to practice once a week. And right. I don't know how you do that. You got to tell them, get me off probation or come to practice. I don't know how you do the job and ask for mailbags when you come to practice once a week. And the doc still has to beg for 2 reporters. I'm not going to beg, but I might have to start because it's so much easier when you can see and report. Oh, my God. Please. So then, after Hendon Hooker's nice first rep, then in 7-on-7, he holds the record for holding on to the ball for the most amount of time this training camp. The next 2 were coverage sacks. You know how hard it is to have a coverage sack in 7-on-7? Do you know how hard it is? It is literally meant for the offense to dominate. And he had a coverage sack, and he scrambled, and then another one where it took too long. And by the time it gets to 7 seconds, 8 seconds, and you deliver a ball to Tesla, it doesn't count. It's basically like a coverage sack, but they let the play go on forever, and he's just standing there. And everybody's just like, oh, my God, the defense claps for forcing Hendon to scramble. So 2 coverage sacks from Hendon Hooker. Can't deliver it. Like at this point, Hendon, 1, 2, 3, 4, just throw it as far as you can out of bounds. Him standing there, the sight of him standing there with the ball in 7-on-7 is wild. You don't see that. You don't see that too often. 7-on-7, there's openings. There's space. People just throw it, just throw an interception. People just throw it. But Hendon, 1 completion, 2 coverage sacks. Now, in the midst of all this writing, I'm certain I got 98% of what I'm sharing with you. But there's sometimes I get distracted. I see like someone was talking about Isaac Tesla and being a late round fantasy pick. There were people praising. There was a guest there. A little startling. So, like I said, I'm hypervigilant. I got the word hypervigilant, where stuff sticks with you and you get distracted. Not ADD. I can focus. Like if I tell myself, stop and focus, I can focus. But I'm hypervigilant. Like you go, oh, you're covering football and someone's talking and you start looking at that and you might miss a play. But I think that you guys see in my analysis, I do cover quite a bit. But if I ever miss something, hey, shoot in the chat. Hey, Doc, I read this somewhere else. It's okay. All is welcome. A lot of people have more eyes to watch than me. They have friends they can talk to. Doc has his own self to talk to. First play with the threes, 7-on-7. Kyle Allen had his worst toss of the day, high to 85. Then he made up for it. 25 was in coverage on the first rep. 38 was in coverage. 85 went from the left side and curled around to the right side of the field and got a completion. And then he found Lovett. And that was that. Now, there was a special teams period. And guess what, guys? You'll be proud of me. I covered the special teams period. Look at all that. All those reps right here are the tackle drill with the special teamers. I wrote them all down. I'm like, these people deserve their special teams. Look at that. I covered special teams. I almost fell asleep. It has no interest to me other than I did see, like, they need to just, I know they have to go through all their guys, but, oh my, it bores me. It just does it does nothing for me. I wrote them down. I'm like, oh, okay. Grant Stewart dominates. He owes 48. 48 owes him. Let's see how I would phrase this. 15 beat 48 so bad so many times that 15 probably owes 48 a drink. Good Lord. 15, it was a simple drill. You run, there's a bag, go touch the bag. The defender has to stop you from touching the bag, and you block, you engage. First one I wrote was 15 dominated 48, got to the bag quickly. 27, Kennelly took care of Strickland pretty easily. 27 beat 24, bad. Boom, boom, got to the bag. Bad, easy move. I circled 23 beating 13. 83 used power on 18. Meeks used a power move to blow past Tesla to get to the bag. And 40 dominated 41. 15 held out 48 from hitting the bag. 15 just wins his reps. Put him out there, he wins. It's like, this is my show. So I should watch 15. But basically, it's pretty straightforward. I can come out every single day. 15 on the field, 15 wins. 24 got back at 27, got to the bag. 23 stopped 13. 18 got his revenge on 83. And those are the highlights. Basically, it's a tackle drill. Get to the bag, showcase your strength a little bit. But Kennelly had the rep of the practice. That's right, baby. Details. The way I envisioned it was, it's a blessing that they let me in there. First of all, they shouldn't let me in there. I mean, I'm unfiltered. There's nothing tying me to anything. But they know what I'm about. They know it's fair coverage. They know when things go well, I write nice things. When things go not nice, I don't write nice things. It's pretty straightforward. And I think they would say, all right, John is 92.5% fair. And his little extra spice, we can deal with it. But little do they know that I'm not happy, that success for me is wanting more. I want to be in more places. I want more jobs. I have that sick gene. More. I want to do more of everything. So yeah, I cover special teams for y'all. I hope you respect it. It's tough. I basically wrote the highlights. It's hard. Like, what are you going to do with Number 41 tied 43. They locked up and they just stood there moving each other back and forth. They should do that separately. Like, go in the other field. Go outside. Do your special teams outside. I'm kidding. Special teamers deserve respect. It's just not mass appeal, and it's just my mind wanders. Now we get to the team periods, and first, it's considered a 2nd and 10 play. That's how the situational period kicked off. Nothing more than 2nd and 10. 46 sack. And I'm talking about right up the middle, right through Graham Glasgow, straight on, and got after it. Would have been a sack. Would have lit up. And I'm talking about full speed up the middle blitz. Holy cow. Goff got it to 14. I'll run right. And then the highlight of practice. I'm like, J-Mo needs a spell. Now, okay, in one of these reps, J-Mo was crawling to the sideline. I was like, like literally crawling from like the hash to the thing. And I don't know, I can't say, but I was thinking in my head, like, oh my God, did he get kicked in the nuts? Like, what happened here? That's not a common thing to see someone crawling off the field. But he gets up finally after like 5 minutes. We see, because there's a partition that like they go under, we can't see, that's under us, so we can't see. So after 5 minutes, he walks to the trainers and he's fine. That was a long 5 minutes. That would have been the 5 minutes that you guys would have been panicking, because someone would have said, J-Mo's crawling and he's not on that field right now. So this is when Tesla gets in. We're speculating, Steve, why they were inside. We are falsely speculating, but I think Kay Adams said, I am not amongst the common folks. I need to be 10,000 feet away from the psychologist guy, and I'm outside, so they're inside. She was like, my peoples need, a 50,000 foot parameter for my set, for my stage, and they must be inside while I take over the stadium. That's what I would do. Now I know. I'd be like, can I take over the stadium? Can I have the whole practice field? And I'll be in the middle, and I'll have like 5,000 fans in front of me, and y'all can practice somewhere else. Like take the Bears and go to the university. I want to run the whole stadium. Kay Adams gets full permission. Now I'm kidding, but I look at it like it's probably recovery day. I look at it like, veterans probably said, hey, it's easier on our body. Let us get inside. It's hot. Come on, man. It's 1 o'clock. Give us an inside day. We don't want to be out there doing it. So J-Mo came back and he did run and everything was fine. I don't know what happened to him. I didn't see, because it was run play. I was watching some blocking, watching some Amon-Ra work his magic. Then it was the highlight. 18's on the field with the ones in a full team period. Here we go. Let's go. And Goff was like, let's test it out. Let's see what's going on. Man, it was nice. And they took a shot deep. It almost was connected, but Terrion had good coverage, and it fell incomplete. And that was a wrap for that period. Man, that was nice. Tesla fits with the ones. He fits. I asked Dan Campbell, it's weird. Like, I think sometimes I don't think it was intentional. I think today Dan heard the first two words, and then his brain just gave him an answer, because he didn't answer my question. And it was one of the last ones. But I asked Dan, is he going to play with the ones? And he just kind of reiterated, I think he just heard Isaac Tesla, and he's like, okay, I know what I'm going to say to this guy. Because I asked Dan, my question was, is Isaac going to play with the ones more? And if he is, what do you want to see from him when he matches up against Terrion and Reed and the better players? And then he just went on about, I'm going to read his answer, but his answer was just, yeah, we like Tesla, we like what he's doing, and it was a little bit unrelated to the question. I was like, okay, but it was a good answer. But if it was open more, I would have been like, okay, but is he going to play with the ones? And again, today it was more like Tesla got in when J-Mo was resting. More. We want Tesla. Put him in more. I hope to see it in practice. Matt. Okay. So you'll know. I thought that was your voice in the presser, but it's hard to hear the questions. when Dan looks, so he's looking and he looks like this, which would be down and to his left. He'll be looking like this. Yeah, that's me. I'm down and to the left on the camera. So he'll be like, yep. And two, if you can ask, hey, Doc, do you ask, because if you could ask me, hey, Doc, do you ask a question today? Good question. Good question. Fair question, complicated answer. DFLPIG says, would you say he passed TP? Right to the banner. As of today, based on play, he's the third wide receiver. He's the third best receiver on your team. But Tim Patrick, when he catches up, will have the learning curve above him. We'll have the knowledge. We'll have the route tree better. We'll have the experience better. Right now, as we speak at 7:59, Tesla is better than Patrick right now. But Patrick got back today, and he had himself a highlight, Mr. Toe Tap. And I talked to him. It was a go route. I talked to him first. I was the first one to ask, and then the Hawks came around, and all the other beat reporters came. And then, like, I wish he would have just walked off. I would have had an exclusive, but he hung around. See, that's a secret, is you talk to the doc, and then you run out the door because everybody else was waiting there. But I got Tim first, so that was cool. I think he gave me some words that were a little different than what he said to the masses. So in the second unit, 12 got a catch. 35 almost had the pick. That was the almost Russell play. Russell almost picked Hendon Hooker. He jumped the route and was right there. Didn't make the play. Then Hooker got a completion to 80. Then the third team came out. It was a run to Craig. It was a completion 2 in a row to Ronnie Bell. That was his portion of the practice where he got his name called. Little Timmy Toe Tap. I saw that. We aren't there yet. We aren't there yet. We're getting close. Now we're at the red zone. Getting close to the toe tap. Now they're at the 20-yard line. There's a series of red zone plays. And it goes short pass to Amon-Ra, a run to Gibbs, another sack by Jack Campbell in the red zone. Then one of the weirdest plays is just a botched play because Graham Glasgow fell down. He just literally fell, and the play looked like a mismatch of crap. And it just basically like a blown play. You had a run from Montgomery left. 97 flying in pressure, forced Goff to scramble to the right and throw the ball away. 97 flew into the backfield like I've never seen before. Then the next rep, Goff had to throw it into the dirt around the 4-yard line. And then Goff found Gibbs. Aiden had pressure. Goff maneuvered and found Gibbs for a touchdown. Now you get to the twos. Run right for Vaki. A pass completion to Vaki. Then the highlight comes. This is the red zone period. What a great play. Now, we have to put a caveat on the toe tap. We got to put a caveat. If it was a live situation, Grant Stewart might have taken Hendon Hooker's head off. But Hendon, at the same time that, you got to let up. So the linebackers got to let up a little bit. At the same time, he let up. Hendon delivers a beautiful football in front of, I think, Tyson Russell. I think it was 35. You can see in the highlight who it was in coverage. But 2 catches it, toe taps, celebrates, touchdown, best throw of the day, best play of the day. Timmy toe taps. And he still called his practice a C+. Middle run, that was a highlight. It was great to see. I was like, oh. 13 middle run, 13 2 runs. It was a sack on the next play after 2 runs. There was pressure from everywhere. I wrote down 15 and 50. Then, unfortunately, Manu had a false start. I think that was the only real botch of the day. Then it was Hooker's worst throw. And I mean, the problem with me is I get like a little excited in these practices. I was like, oh. I was like, oh, it was so bad. You have sailors in the flat. I'm ready. Nobody around you. And like for me, time stood still. Just waiting for the football to be delivered. Wide open. I'm talking about this whole area, this whole aura area. There's no defender. Hendon, and I don't want to laugh, but I look at it funny because it's just a botched rep. And that's probably how I would look if I was a quarterback under pressure. Macaroon, you're in there now for third team because you talk so much junk. Steps up, full on, boom, misses the pass. Like, that's the fun thing about football is how do you miss I would have just, if you're that open, give him a 30% effort throw and just lob it in there. Like, I'm talking about wide open. Wide aura. Nobody's around him. Nobody's bearing down on him. And Hendon just throws a fastball and it's incomplete. That's his worst throw of the day. It's highlighted because it was so bad, but that's what you get. You get a beautiful toss in the corner of the end zone to Timmy Toes, and then you get a wide open Jacob Sailors. He can't hit him. Wide open. There's nobody around. All Hendon had to do was just kind of get it to him. But that's football. There's things happening. You're in your head. 1-2 throw, mechanics, fundamentals. Listen, I don't proclaim to know. All I know is I circled it. Miss. And then you get 2 in a coverage sack, but scrambles and gets a touchdown. 48, 2 touchdown right. I don't know if he threw it to 2 touchdown right, 48 was in the flat. Okay, so he didn't throw it to Sailors. They actually ran the same play with Sailors in the flat, except they just said, Hendon, we don't need you to throw the ball. So I would have gotten it better. All right, those are the first 2 pages. Now, there's 2 situational periods and a weird thing that happened that I think needs to be tightened up, cleaned up, I would say administratively. And I'll say it too, because I think it's fair. The situation was 1st and 10 on the 21 on the 12-yard line, positive side going towards the end zone. 21 seconds left in the second quarter, down 10-7. No timeouts. Goff runs it, gets it to Gibbs right, maybe 6-7 yard gain, spikes it. 2nd and 7 is a spike play. 3rd and 7 from the 7-yard line with 7 seconds left. 3rd and 7 at the 9-yard line with 7 seconds left. Beautiful attempt to JMO, but 6 had coverage. So they get the ball, no touchdown. They run it to a field goal attempt. Now it's the next situation. Now, here's the issue. After this second period, I'm going to tell you there was 2 plays. More happened, but the media relations said, okay, time to leave, time to go start talking to the players. I'll tell you what happened because it was awkward and it needs to be tightened up. Tighten the ship. Because there's a competitive disadvantage. But luckily, I mean, we're fair in the media. They did share it. And you can see exactly what happened by another reporter who actually stayed. The doc listens to the interns. I was not rogue. I could have been. Maybe I should have been. Maybe that was my time to say, hey, guys, football's still going on. Maybe it's a choice. But we were instructed. And when there's instructions, the doc follows. I followed the herd. But I don't even know if I'm allowed to stay. I don't even know. Like, could I have stayed with the others? And I don't like to be put in that position. I don't like to have to be like, could I have stayed? Could I have gotten this information? Luckily, the reporters were so nice and humble, they shared it. But here's the situation that was right at the end of practice. You get 7-7 game, 1st and 10, ball on the 17 seconds left. 5 yards back, couple less seconds, no timeouts. 8 tried a pass to Tim Patrick, 25 in coverage, good coverage. Then as we're walking, now as this play's going on, there's a football practice going on. They're like, okay, guys, media's done. I'm like, okay, so we're walking out the door, and our last play that I see visually is Kyle Allen throwing the ball out of bounds because it's a coverage sack. Now, I'm of the assumption that leadership has established the respect level of the intern saying, time is up, leave. So I walk as a listener of rules and 3 guys stayed. So my brain automatically goes to, they're going to get information. They have subscriptions. I get it. Is that allowed? Is that not allowed? Why is it like that happening? That's the kind of stuff that I don't really like. Like, it should be all in, all out. Like, they could have got a nugget of information that nobody else got. All in, all out. It's kind of simple. Okay, guys, wrap it up. Okay, guys. I mean, if I did that, I'd probably get the yank right out the door. Like, hey, out the door. Facetiously, but it should be all in, all out. But, I mean, we're friendly in the media. We're not going to, like, miss a whole scenario. But a scenario happened that you can read somewhere else. I didn't write it, but it was something like, a scenario and da-da-da-da. I didn't write it, but I didn't have the access. So there should not be a competitive reporting advantage. But the guys that stayed, good guys. What are you going to do, raise a stink? Just going to talk about it on the podcast. Nothing serious, but all in, all out is the proper way to handle it. It's a what? Well, okay, I should do the ranking in terms of how much I care. 3? Enough to, when it hits a 3, I'll say it on a podcast. Nothing serious, but it should be all in, all out. All in, all out. Right? Am I wrong? So, no. When I say it's the I think about what is it, a team period 7-on-7? It was second quarter action. Guys, I got up at 5 a.m. Excuse me. So that's what happened in practice. Now, let's get to some of these bullets, and then I'll get out of here. I think, to the question that was asked, I think right now Isaac TeSlaa should be with the ones in practice and against Houston. Get after it. Let's see what he can do. His stock is rising, man. He's big-bodied. He's smart. He blocks. He's got the respect of the teammates. He's executing every single day. Tim Patrick's got a ways to go. But today was one of those good days for him. What do you guys think? Is it too soon, too fast? Too much hype? Tim Patrick, I thought, had a good day. Now, he called it a C-plus day because he's rusty a little bit and there were some catches he should have made. But I think that if he has a good week, he's got a roster spot. The coaching staff loves him. They love his reliability. Jared Goff loves him. I think he's a good veteran, and he's got that right competitive, gritty mindset. He's just got to battle those injuries. The quad that he was dealing with, now he's back. Started on the 3rd team today. Tomorrow, hopefully, right with the 2s, and get after it. I like Tim Patrick on the team, but I think quickly, just based on sheer talent and youth, TeSlaa's right there, 3-4. He's playing well. Catch radius is great. He's not the fastest guy, but he's got sneaky speed. He's got the savvy to get open. That's awesome. What do you guys think? I mean, a lot of people message me this. Cartier US writes in, what is Dan Campbell waiting for to lighten up on the strenuous practice? For a key player to be out for the season? To your point, Cartier, it's a great point. The issue at hand is part of the success is because they practice hard. And we're starting to see it's all on one side of the ball. And it starts to indicate that defense playing so physical is wearing them down. They're more susceptible. Battling against the Lions' offensive line. They're more susceptible. And also, great point. 10-point comment. I want to be ahead of the curve, not reactionary. I can't argue that. That's absolutely right. To that point, there's no argument. You're absolutely right. They're not ahead of the curve like everybody else. They deal with injuries. They got a lot of them. I want them to be ahead of the curve too. Very smart comment. Yeah, you don't have to. It's a very, very, very common thought. I don't accept the unlucky excuse from last season. So that's what happened. Last banner. Kay Adams. There's a lot of stuff she asked today. My goodness. And that's why we got Tim Patrick, we got the specialist, and Roy Lopez. fair, I will go and listen. I have not listened to the people that were sent to the podium today yet. Hogan Hatton, Jake Bates, Jack Fox, Roy Lopez. Where were all the stars? I knew. Subconsciously, I knew. They're all going to talk to Kay. Gibbs, St. Brown, Brad Holmes. Could you just split it in half a little bit? Like, give her Gibbs and give us St. Brown. Give her TA, give us Amik. Split it. Kay comes to town, and the whole operation shuts down. No stars. But listen, for her, I'll take the whole day off. She does good work. Great work. But I knew when she was coming to town, I'm like, oh, we're not getting Goff today. I could have asked him some questions, but he has a set day, and we were good. I liked Mike Patrick and Khalil Dorsey conversations. So it was a good day. There was so much news. I mean, guys, you guys are blowing up my website. There's so much stuff I could cover. But this one I have to address. Kay Adams asked Brad Holmes about F them picks. I'll play it here. And, she should just come out and be direct. Like, she tried to sidestep all that kind of stuff. I'm like, just, hey, your fans want Trey Hendrickson. Why isn't he here? Simple as that, right? Simple as that. Simple as pie. That's Kay Adams talking to Brad Holmes. So, see, she was on the field. We were not. We were not on the field. Kay Adams took the field. So, let's play it here. Here's what she said when she's talking to Brad Holmes, the Lions general manager, about F them picks. And comment if I have the audio turned way up, and comment if you don't hear it. Here it is. Kay Adams, are the Lions in or out on making for a big trade?
Mm-hmm. You have been known sort of to build your team through the draft.
Yeah.
But you come from that F them picks, Sneedy vibe.
Absolutely.
There is a window here.
Yep.
Now.
Any thoughts on adding?
Yeah, I mean, we're always staying open-minded, and again, we're always going to do the best thing for the organization. But that was me and Dan's vision and plan from the get-go, is build through the draft, like you said. These guys here that are coming up next, but and that's why we've been able to stay consistent, is building through the draft. But no, we're not scared. Like, I learned a lot from Leslie and
I'm just wondering if you're like clearly waiting for your moment.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a time to strike, and if it comes, we have never, I don't think we've shown a time where we've been scared to really do something or make a move, but it's always going to be just calculated, and there's got to be a little bit of strategy behind it.
Back-to-back 17+ sack seasons interesting to you, Brad?
Well, I mean, sacks are good.
An
obviously.
Edge potentially.
Yeah.
The world wants to know.
Sacks are good.
Sacks are good.
We have a pretty good one now.
There we go. We love to hear it.
So there you go. Sacks are good. Just ask them, okay? Just say, Brad, your fans want Trey Hendrickson. We all think, and you should say, I think that if you got Trey Hendrickson, you would win a Super Bowl. Is it time for you to lay it on the line, Brad? Let's go. Like, there's sometimes to be cute and sometimes to just lay it on him. Like, drop the hammer on him. He knows what's coming. He knows you're going to ask it. 17 sacks. Does that interest you? Just ask. That's the only thing about that. That was good. We're not scared. No, you're not scared, but you're not doing it. Guys, it's not as unrealistic now with Trey Hendrickson as it used to be. It might take a second-round pick. They're saying they want a second-round pick and a player. So that would be maybe a Jack Campbell, a Terrion, a Brian Branch. So I'd say no. I'd say give him a first and make the deal happen. There is a window. I'm ready to push, as everybody in this room, I believe, is ready to push. Get after it. Make it happen. Good for you, Kay. Ask those direct questions and get after it. What do you guys think? It feels like a perfect fit. Kay Marcus, Trey Hendrickson Marcus. Kay Hendrickson. You guys got me distracted. Kay Hendrickson. Kay Davenport. Aiden and Trey Hendrickson. My God. We're talking Super Bowl. We're talking like we walk into week one saying, take the Super Bowl from us. Make it happen. What's the deal? And he might be willing, if you can just sell it Trey, 1 year, you're going to get a Super Bowl out of this. You're going to get a Super Bowl. Don't worry about the extension. Calculated. Sometimes calculated is fine, but sometimes going risky and rogue is fun too. I really did think today, if I would have stood next to those three reporters, I feel like, subconsciously, I feel like they would have then forced them to leave. That's how I view things. I'm like, if I stand here, then they're going to be like, guys, it's time to go. With those three guys, they're like, stay as long as you want. So I was actually nice. I did them a solid. They got to see the whole practice. If I'm standing there, they're like, Mr. Macaroon and you three, it's time to go. All in, all out. It's fair. Complaint level 2, 3. Worth talking about on a podcast and nowhere else. That's the deal. That's what happened today. Any last minute questions? I think I comprehensively put you inside Allen Park. If I could have did this better, let me know. Again, it's a later practice. I haven't eaten yet. I wrote 5-6 stories. I'm taking reins. Me and Christian are working together. It was a long day, man. Dan Campbell said he didn't like the commercial that he did. He felt like year 1 was better. So a lot of things to talk about. In the comments, do you think Brad Holmes should fight for Trey Hendrickson? Is it? I think everybody in Detroit is over it because they don't want to believe that the Christmas present they really want is not going to come. They've accepted it. Let's go. It's okay. You can ask a question that's been asked before. I'll stay for those that keep asking. I joined late, and you might have covered this, but what are the odds that Darius Smith returns? 40%. I still say no. I still say that money might be a factor. He might get the offer somewhere else as the cuts come. But if they keep Jackson Meeks, maybe that goes up to 60%. I just think he's older. I don't know if they can work a program where they can keep him peaking by that time. I do think there's a strong chance now that Ahmed got hurt. Cartier, we can't confirm that as of now. Is Hassan out for the season? I asked Dan that very question. He said, I don't know. But the internet sleuths that follow the Instagram of the player said that he's not needing surgery. That might shorten the timeline. But that still indicates maybe first quarter of the season. What month? Every quarter is what, 4? Yeah, first month maybe if he doesn't need surgery. I think that the Twitter doctors say a non-injury requiring surgery with pec maybe 6 weeks. But that's, first month of the season, then he gets acclimated, so it takes time. Development has been lost. But if he comes back at any point this year, it'd be great. Pec issue. Gets the rookie. 40% now. When cuts come, we got to also see one more game. Keith Cooper, we want to see Nate Lynn, Al-Quadin Muhammad, Mitchell Agude, who fights for their job. Do they keep Zadarius Smith off of the roster? Yeah, I saw the replay. Man, it was rough. All right. I thought it was a good broadcast. Gave you 75 minutes. What'd you guys think? That's what happened at practice today. I gave you the rundown. Gave you all my assessments. I'm looking forward to more. So there you go. I love it. Shook it on. 2 months. Heal up. It's nice that they're honest and they get back. But everything's different. Everybody's different when the recovery happens and everything like that. You just go day to day. Out for the first month of the season minimum. No need to rush him back. Get fully healthy. We don't want re-injury. We don't want no rush. Steve, that's really, you've been following. First, I want to give credit to Steve. Steve's been following since day one. I feel like I've been talking to Steve for darn near a decade. Nice individual, asks questions, checks in on us, reads my checks my trends. Like, hey, man, you haven't been looking as healthy as you thought. Are you okay? I got a lot of respect for you, Steve. To do this for a decade, to have people that follow for the whole run is crazy. I want all in the chat to know how special Steve is to me personally. I look forward to firing up the X and seeing if there's a notification from Steve or Biggins USA or C. Henry. It's like 24 of you that have been following for a decade. That means a lot. It's cool. So make sure you smash that like button and engage and comment. Get your name out there, Steve. You're a good dude. Eastsider too. I ride with the Eastsiders. Roseville, East Point, Warren, Sterling Heights, St. Clair Shores. Even though you're not really East Side, I know that you're want to kind of glom on to Grosse Pointe. You're still East Side. Still rugged like us. East Detroit, East Side. Thank you, J Rod, number 16. All right, last opportunity for questions. Thank you, Matt. Great show. All right, my time's up. Go enjoy. It's crunch time. Go enjoy the fellas. And I apologize for reining in, but that's just a late practice. I was trying to get out by 8 o'clock for the fellas. Matt, it's fine. You're in that city. Good people still in that city. You're a good dude. Don't forget Green Bay is where Matt N is. Better be rocking that Lions shirt then, I take it. Nice. Yeah, absolutely. Steve, I know that. Why do you think we've engaged for so long? East Point guys, doing good. All right. Any last second questions? Last chance to get your super chats in. Tomorrow is let's say this. Morning practice. Dan's not talking. We will have coverage. No fans, so no live updates. And it starts, your workday starts. You kind of take it easy a little bit. The workday starts at 9, but you take it easy a little bit. You get in. You take 60 minutes to kind of relax, and then you start your work around that time. 60 minutes after 9 is kind of how things roll, in the scheme of things. So morning practice tomorrow. Full coverage, Lions on SI, Tim Patrick, Khalil Dorsey. I'll write those tonight. Hell, probably 5 people already wrote them. But I want to broadcast. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for the 80 minutes. I really do appreciate it. Peace and love and a lot of laughs. Let's get after it tomorrow. We'll talk tomorrow.